Many women get to a point where they think they need more motivation, more discipline, a better system. But often what they need is relief. Because the load, the hidden cost of carrying everything for too long is significant. I'm Emily Rogers, and I'm here to talk with you about women in leadership, reinvention, courage, and building what's next. Today, we're talking about something that women experience quietly: the weight of carrying too much. For many women, carrying a lot becomes normal. Managing the home, supporting the family, supporting aging parents, holding emotional space for teens or young adults, remembering the details of everything. The soccer uniform, is it washed and ready for the game? Have I got enough groceries for the weekend ahead? We're leading at work. We're keeping things moving. We're being the reliable one. But over time, that heavy will start to feel ordinary. And that's when overload becomes normal and women stop noticing the cost. The cost, it doesn't always look dramatic. Sometimes it could look like snapping too quickly, being a little bit too sarcastic with your partner, being short with your children, feeling a bit flat, binging on Netflix, skipping that workout, struggling to focus, question your confidence. These are not big things. There's nothing I've listed you're going to look at one day and go, oh, it's too much because I did this. They're little things. And they add up. The load that we're carrying means that these little things are happening more and more often, and then we normalize it and make it a part of our life. In the end, exhaustion will start showing up as self-doubt. For many women, being capable, it becomes who they are. And I know this better than anyone. When it comes to juggling lots of things, I have put myself in some tricky situations. And I keep getting more loaded on me. Why? Because I'm capable. I am the helper. I am the organizer. I am the planner. I am the strong one. I'm the one people lean on. I know what I'm talking about because I've been there. I've done it. And even when you're drowning in all of that load, it's hard to ask for help. But let's be frank, being capable, it should be a strength. It shouldn't be a trap. You're allowed to be supported, not only relied upon. And asking for help and accepting help, that is a really hard thing to do. So how do we find that relief? Because it's not going to come naturally. But admitting that you need relief is not a weakness. What if we could reposition it so you think of delegating as wisdom? What if we could reposition it so you think of asking for help as maturity? That our boundaries were able to protect everyone. And recognizing that our rest can increase our impact. Sometimes the next level for women, it's not about doing more. It's about carrying less. Because giving yourself some relief from all of that load, that can be in itself a growth strategy. As I said, I know this better than anyone. I am probably, anyone who knows me well, listening to this, I know that I am sitting in this box at times in my life, and the first quarter of 2026 was definitely one of those moments. But when people did offer help, I was able to accept it. because I knew that I needed it. Because I knew that I had to get it to be able to continue. I knew I needed relief. Being able to know that you can do it for a certain period of time, because there are times we have to do it. Literally, my husband was in hospital while we were still managing the family. I was working full time, running my business, managing the move to Thailand, and he spent most of the time in that hospital. I had to do it. There was nobody else. But knowing I had to do it and knowing I had to carry the load with an end point in mind, knowing I was able to ask for help when I needed it, that was powerful. That was me stepping up. That was me exercising my self-leadership. So I know I am capable of being in that box and carrying all that load, but I also know that when I do it, I have to put an end point in mind. And when I got to that end point, I was literally able to decompress. Just switch off and be. It didn't mean that I slept more. It meant that I sat with my cup of tea and enjoyed the sunshine. For me, that was the relief. And that happened before we actually got to Bangkok. But I knew what my milestones were and I knew what I had to do to achieve them. So if you've been feeling unlike yourself lately, if you've been feeling less patient, less clear, less energized, then consider it. You may not need fixing, you might just need some support. If this has resonated with you, then I invite you to subscribe. Here at The Leap to Lead, we're having honest conversations about women's growth, leadership, and what true help needs.